best way I can describe how it felt was squishy. When you touch it, it feels like a squish, which is obviously terrible. It's like the glass was more grippy. This is what it sounds like, by the way. Has anybody else come across this? Do you know? Do you understand? Can you look into my heart and feel what I feel? In college, I had a roommate that would set up a ton of alarms that would go off every 5 minutes in the morning to wake him up for class. And it would go off for like an hour or so. Unfortunately for the guys who lived in the dorms next to us, I was the same way. So every morning it was like... So now, whenever I hear the iPhone alarm, I feel some kind of primal fear. It's terrible. The weird thing is, these days, I don't wake up to an alarm anymore. I wake up when my dog wakes me up. How she wakes me up, she'll get into bed, and she'll start wagging her tail. And you'd think that the same thing would happen. I would hate the sound of her tail, but I don't. I love it when she wags her tail, because she's a cutie patootie. She deserves happiness at all times. What do you find out? Is it nails on chalkboard, or perhaps sponsorships? Come here. What do you think VPN stands for? Zayla Pringles Nourishment? No. NordVPN is a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. NordVPN has many features, such as being installable. Install it on any of your devices. You can have internet protection wherever you go. Protection from what, you may ask? Not me. You need to worry about me. I'm not dangerous. NordVPN protects you from things like malicious ads, malware, all things that are more dangerous than me. Also go to Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 extra months for free. Chris Cooley for 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. I hate hair. If it's doing anything except for being on a head, terrible. In food, on my desk, in my face. The worst is Reddit. Hold on. Oh, do you know that sound? Content warning. I'm about to play that sound. I think there should be some kind of invention that combs your hair without needing to comb your hair, so that we won't have to have this horrible sound in our ears ever. Or everybody could just go bald, and that would probably just solve a ton of problems. Maybe you can figure out why I hate this one. I don't know, but... are the best in winter and can have fun little designs on them to make you look cool. But when you wear them in bed, I would not be able to sleep. I want them off. I would rather have no feet. Keep them warmest when you want to be warm and cozy, which would be at night in bed. You know, after working out and you get really sweaty, or not even working out, you just like, when you get really sweaty and then your shirt also gets extra sweaty and then somebody comes along and tries to hug you. Ugh. I don't even want my shirt to be touching me, let alone some other person when I'm sweaty. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I'm weak! I'm already weak and tired! Would it be possible to liquid cool a person? Sure. Saying that out loud makes me seem really dumb. But like, if you take, you know, those gamer computers that have liquid cooling in them, could you do that with a shirt and then put that shirt on a person? I think that would be cool. I think one of the worst feelings in the world is at the dentist's office. You go to the dentist's office, you need your teeth cleaned, and they're like, hi, I'm here to help you. But then they crack out that little scratchy thing, and then they scratch your teeth. Some of you may be asking, I can think of way worse things, such as, what if this happened? Yeah, it is worse than that, okay? Anyway, that's about all. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go do a cozy thing as a palate cleanser.
Years of hard work. Decades of dedication. Committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia or IPV, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia, an invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52% by other pneumococcal vaccines. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle ache, and fever. Whether whether you've had another pneumococcal vaccine or not. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. If it's gorgeous you want, stunning, beautiful, look for the grit. Because it's the pros who are out there, pulling together dozens of projects a year, thousands of time. But they're not good, and never the same. Something looks amazing, and they know their remarkable is always in stock. At Floor & Decor.
Spy is not a combat class. He is a stealth class, and he typically dies when being spotted. You want to avoid that as much as possible. But no matter what, there will be times where you do find yourself in direct combat with another player, and it's good to know what you can do. And Spy has multiple options. While the gun is the most obvious solution to combat situations, it's not the only option. In fact, you have three primary ones: shoot, trick stab, or run. The first two involve actually trying to kill them. The third is purely for survival.
Oh yeah, there's also a knife where you finish someone off by smacking them in the front with your knife.
However, you don't simply have to choose one for every engagement you end up in. In fact, this is where the power of mix-ups comes into play, as suddenly switching from one option to another mid-fight can be used to bait enemy players or throw them off. Making them believe that you're trying to run away or gun them down often results in them running right at you, which can leave them open to a trick stab. The reverse is also true. If they're expecting a trick stab, they'll try to keep their distance, which is good for making space to try gun them down or to get a head start on the escape. Sometimes just hitting enough shots with your revolver can scare people into backing off and letting you get away.
But I can't hit my shot!
Yeah, well, that's just a you problem. I get that revolver aim can be real finicky, especially from the random scrape you get from firing too fast, but this is straight up something you just need to get good at. On that note, remember that you have the ability to see enemy health, and you can use that information to take advantageous fights against enemy players, especially if you're typically already sneaking around the places they retreat to, because that's kind of the thing to do with this kind of class. If you choose to escape, a very powerful thing that I've talked about before are cloak illusions. Simply put, it's the act of moving one way with starting your cloak, then changing direction once it's complete to throw the enemy off. When you do change direction, turn to look at the person chasing you to check that it's actually working. Always keep note of the last they saw of you. If you get bumped or shot and your cloak blinks, then change direction again if you think they saw it. Try and keep track of them while making them lose track of you. Deceitfully misleading players can cause them to waste a lot of time looking for you. Be wary of the information they have to go off. This also applies to trick stabs. They're obviously quite flashy, but they're also a good way to clutch a fight or take someone out with you. However, trick stabs can often fall apart very quickly if your target sees it coming. Again, they're most effective if they don't even know you're about to attempt one. Choosing which of the three options to take is not some binary guide. A lot of it will come up to your own knowledge and intuition. The more you play and mess it up, the better you'll get at making these decisions. And remember that you can mix them up or quickly switch between them. With these concepts in mind, I'm going to be going over combat with each of the 9 classes. Though not just fighting against them, but how to work with them on your team. While Spy can feel like a solo unit a lot of the time, being wary of your teammates can be incredibly powerful. You aren't just getting lots of kills, you're creating an opening for your team to leave more destruction in your wake. You are causing problems. On purpose. Now, it needs to be said that what I say here cannot account for every possible situation. Watching my videos does not automatically make you a good spy. You need to put into practice and experience. My videos don't just bypass that. But this video will help you understand the matchups much better. Scouts scouts like to move a lot. Good scout players will use their high speed to make themselves hard to hit, often juking and changing direction constantly. However, this is offset by their low health, as they can go down relatively fast if you actually do hit them. The best place to fight a scout is in a small room, as it heavily restricts their range of movement, making it much easier to hit them, as they have less options since they can't just no-clip. Like the scout, you could also try to move erratically to make him miss his shots. You may not be as fast, but that means smaller spaces aren't as restrictive on your movement. Now, being the only class that can outrun you, cloak positions are very important in escaping, and open spaces are much better to go with doing so, as it gives you a massive range of movement, making it hard for them to narrow down your location. It's also worth noting that, like with Afterburn and other debuffs, being cloaked halves the duration of their Mad Milk, allowing you to get rid of it and lose them. Though, when you do actually sneak up behind a scout for a normal backstab, it can be a bit awkward since even though they don't know you're there, they're still faster than you before on energy drinks. When this happens, just follow the scout and stay directly behind them. Once they get into combat, scouts have a tendency to walk backwards within the first few seconds. If you stay behind them like so, they'll walk straight to an eye. You and the scout are both flankers. You get behind the enemy lines to cause problems or might have different angles. When it comes to any friendly flanker you see in the enemy lines, the best thing you can do is stay out of each other's way. Both of you rely on catching the enemy by surprise, so don't stick together too much as one of you may press the wrong cover. You'll get spotted first themselves. However, this draws the attention away from whoever didn't get spotted. This is what's known as tunnel vision, a term used when people get so focused on a specific target that they become unaware of other things around them. This is something that you can abuse. Did the scout just run in and is causing havoc? Well, if everyone has tunnel vision on him now, you can go and backstab them. The reverse is also true. You stab someone and everyone will get you, draw their attention away from the flanker so he can cause even more problems. Get good at flying through the tunnel he is focused on, not just with the scout, but with anyone seeking out back lines. Soldier is the jack of all trades class, and is often very common. With their rocket launchers, they often have the advantage of splash damage, yet we'll get to you later. This allows them to pre-fire corners and deal damage to targets they can't even see. Unlike scouts, wide open areas are actually much better for fighting them than enclosed ones, as it allows you to much more easily avoid splash damage. You can limit their options further by staying away from walls, or even taking the high ground. This can force them to hit you direct, or try to rocket jump up to bomb you from above. The most susceptible to trick stabs while rocket jumping, as they can't make massive sudden adjustments to their movement airborne, especially when trying to market guard you. Though be wary of the direct hit. It has very little splash damage, but the rocket itself is much faster, and if it actually hits you directly, it can kill you in one hit. If you choose to run away from the soldier, while under sky, you can jump and try and surf the damage of its rockets, allowing you to gain distance, or just to get a trap on the escape danger as they can act as a sudden roadblock. Pyros are known to struggle when pushing into sentry nests, even maneuvered. But this is mainly due to the knockback, so zapping a sentry can also be a great way to give your pyro an opening to take full advantage. Demos are highly projectile-based. When fighting them, just gun them down while dodging pipes and staying away from stickies. Demos don't like to shoot you with pipes when you're too close to them, as to avoid self-inflicted explosion damage.
Damn, he blew up.
With sticky bombs, imagine a sphere around it that roughly gauges its range. When fighting the demo, you can stay out of it. If you're close and see sticky bombs in your path, get past them as soon as possible and cross your fingers that the demo doesn't have to detonate. It's also worth noting that you can destroy sticky bombs with your revolver, so you should only do this with some trap and stay away from your bomb zone. Similar to a soldier, they make up the main grunt of the team, so there's not really much else to fighting them. Demo Knights can be an absolute menace, especially with certain unlocks being able to increase their base speed and their ability to charge you or even fight. At times they can outrun you and almost feel like a complete counter. However, their melee focused playstyle gives them a tendency to run right at you. Guessed it, trick stabs. And plus, even if they're faster than you can still escape illusions. Friendly demos to you are quite similar to soldiers. There's not much else to say here, as both known for being really good at destroying demos. So, processing them and process those the same. Heavy is the tank of Tier 2, having the highest health pool in the entire game. However, the knife wasn't here. Heavies have the potential for massive damage and can suffer a lot of themselves, so being able to instantly take one out can be very helpful in your team. That being said, heavies who are firing make much better targets than those that aren't, so be wary that good heavies are wary of spies, so you may really pick the moments. You can use the sound of their gun to tell if they're rigged up, unless they have a domicile. If you get spotted and they start firing at you, the sustained damage of the minigun allows them to track you. Because of this, you should break line of sight as fast as possible before they're tracking off. Do not try and gun down a heavy that's already rigged and is on health, as they will quickly outdamage you. Another good thing to look out for is this one. You hear this sound, it means that the heavy is eating a lunchbox item and is unable to do anything until the animation ends, giving you free back. Many heavies are smart enough to know and will put their back to as against a platform, you have to backstab. Though this will misjudge it. And if a heavy turns around at the last second before you stab, either break line of sight or go for a quick matador while you're still in their base. Wait, wrong type of friend. Wait, wrong type of friend. That's not what I meant. I don't know. Just keep them alive, or probably like give you sandwiches, knowingly sabotaging your own team. And plus, disguising is the right On that note, when a friendly engineer is nearby, try to avoid picking up ammo packs that he may need. Keep them much more than you so he can sit and if your engineer plays a wandering setup, you got a really looking system here, then switch back to fire. Done. I'm going to make 16. Incredibly important member of their team. Their healing keeps their team alive for a lot longer and undoes damage that your team deals. Overcharge grants complete damage immediately in seconds, making it arguably the most powerful move in the entire game. Medics build their Uber over time with fire, taking roughly 40 seconds.
This is under the assumption that it should be.
Successfully managing one allows them to push into the enemy and deal a massive amount of damage. That being said, getting a backstab on a medic can do an immense amount of damage to the progress of the enemy team. Not only have they temporarily lost their hero, but they've also erased any charge they may have had. Even if they didn't have much, time is still wasted as they wait to resume and start building again. Sometimes you may fail to get a backstab on a medic, but the next best thing you can do is to make them pop, which is when they use Uber to keep themselves alive. While this isn't as good as dropping an Uber, you have effectively made them wasted. Medics play a constant balancing act of staying close enough to the action to effectively heal, but not getting too close to the danger, so they tend to stay right behind the front line. So be aware they can turn around for healing, and then they use this to check their back for potential French men. Good disguise action can trick them into healing and knock them up to you. Uses to double back and stab them while getting healed. In reputation, you're doing a really good job. If this happens, just try to play it off for at least a few seconds, and drag them into danger once it was Just be aware that hitting the sky spy with the crossbow still makes the sound, so they can potentially hit by one. And also also have a tendency to get real vision right before you potentially golden opportunity to Uber right at the last second for maximum emotional damage. Uber does get popped, but just stick behind them and disguise. Wait, they're about to wear off. They're patient the moment it does. Their spy awareness is extremely low. On that note, if you beat a step, sometimes you can run past and stab whoever he was killing instead. Given you are the spy, don't expect to be very high on the priority list. Very often. You'll fly a friendly medic may actually move you away as a result of the team. You can quickly break them. Now, remember what I said about medic being a very important thing? Well, the enemy team is going to try to go after your men, and they may get medics use the crossbow. If you get the attention of your medic in the distance, the medic alive. The bush weapon, well, they may get real tunnel vision when trying to do that, which is on reminding them that when trying to not get headshot yourself, just be wary of the sidelines or sniper may be watching, and use the working around corners. cover absolutely everything about Spy, considering that's just kind of impossible, there is one major thing that I've intentionally saved till last. For the next episode. The finale of Spy Psychology.
It will come out when I make it and it's ready. That could be 2025 for all I know.
Thank you!
That was a recreation of the competitive pyro clip that shows how I like to play the class. I start out by killing this enemy spy because god dang if it ain't my darn diddly duty to do it. But then things get a little interesting. See, I like to play pyro as a kind of support class, so when I see that my big brave heavy is up on the point and taking damage, I spring into action. After getting these two kills, I would push this Devilman grenade right back at him, force the scout to 1v1 me, but then see that I'm at 28 health and fire damage isn't gonna cut it. So I risk it all on hitting a clean shotgun hit and boom! Hit it just in time. But then my heavy gets around on point and dies just to give me a sandwich. Why, heavy? I did all of that for you. You play with money. Guaranteed fire damage. Projectiles and people make him perfect at protecting the zone that I like to call. Don't touch my baby! So when I see one of my teammates taking damage, I feel responsible. Someone speaks eternal instinct. This sniper that was owning my team can't get out alive. Sniper for it!
in hostage. Subject identified. Team Fortress expected. Drive all movement. Target team
Together to make your city. Enemy projectiles. Or other ones. Holy fucking you kids! Those aren't toys! They're explosive armament! Someone's gotta teach these kids that it's not okay to play with these things. No! You have to understand that I'm simply concerned with your well-being. Oh no, you my God, don't you realize that this isn't at all? I give up, Now you may think that was a bit cruel, but watch. I'm in the same spot against the same soldier, and he comes around the corner with his shotgun. I'm so proud of him.